Reviews done quick. God of War Ragnarok takes place 3 years after the events of the last game. We find Kratos and Atreus as they brave Fimbulwinter and prepare for Ragnarok. After seeing the story to its conclusion and getting 100% completion on the second hardest difficulty, how did Ragnarok fare as a follow-up to the masterpiece that was God of War 2018? Exploring all the realms feels like a natural evolution. Throughout your time in Ragnarok, you'll visit all 9 of the Norse realms, all with distinct styles, enemies, and mechanics. It was an absolute joy to see Santa Monica Studios' interpretation of these realms so meticulously realized. Exploring every nook and cranny to find its secrets was a lot of fun. Refined presentation, systems, and gameplay. The breathtaking presentation of one continuous shot returns from the last game, and is used even more creatively. From switching characters to transitioning using dream sequences, it all flows so smoothly from one scene to the next. And seeing how effectively it's used here makes me really sad at how underwhelming Halo Infinite's use of this style was. The gameplay has also been tidied up, and one of my only complaints of the last game, being the gear system, has been streamlined and is now much more satisfying to progress through. Most of the boss fights are spectacles to behold. There's such a wide variety of them, and most are amazingly satisfying to experience. And while there are a few reused bosses, these never stood out to me as just copied and pasted as some in the last game did. An amazing ending to the story, and closure for the characters. While the journey to get to the credits wasn't always perfect, the ending we got was worth every second. Amazing set pieces, some of the best boss fights in the series, emotional moments, and conclusions to arcs we spent 2 games experiencing. I honestly found that the ending here made God of War 2018 retroactively better, and I already considered that to be an S-tier game. Just goes to show how sticking the landing can really elevate a project. Let me figure out the puzzles. I hate the hints in this game. The amount of times I was just about to, or worse, had just figured out a puzzle and was putting the pieces into place, just to have my companion spell out the solution and rob me of all satisfaction was infuriating. Once or twice the hints did help me out when I was stuck, but those few times was not worth the amount of times I had my satisfaction stolen from me. And considering the amount of puzzles in this game, this is a major con in my eyes. The pacing. God of War 2018 had me invested from beginning to end. This time I had to push on through some parts, specifically the Atreus missions. When I first switched to Atreus, I was hyped, ready to experience the world from another point of view. I found it really refreshing at first, but at a certain point, I just wanted to get back to playing Kratos. I found the missions too easy to be engaging, and they outstayed their welcome. I also found it weird that we spent so much time on these missions when things like the war between the Light Elves and the Dark Elves was just resolved off screen. The amount of accessibility options. I have to give a special mention to all the options you can adjust. I didn't use many of them, but the fact that Santa Monica Studios spent time to allow more people to play the game is commendable. The Valkyrie Queen can officially suck it. After taking on the Valkyrie Queen in both games now, I can officially say I don't like these fights. 2018's was better, but Gnar, when I took her down, I didn't feel like I had bested her. I felt like I'd gotten lucky that she hadn't used any of her BS attacks. Some people will say it's a skill issue, which it might be, but that doesn't change the fact that I never want to go through these fights again. God of War Ragnarok is another amazing game from Santa Monica Studios. I do think that God of War 2018 is a better overall experience, but Ragnarok is a worthy sequel that retroactively makes its predecessor better. It can feel bloated, and some elements outstay their welcome, but overall it is most definitely worth seeing this story to its conclusion. God of War Ragnarok is an A-tier game.
Thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this, why don't you check out some of the other things I make online? All the links are in front of your eyes right now.